Well, hello there, my fellow communicators who solve problems. You CSPU. That's what I like about NSA. We've got CSPs, which is a certified speaking professional, but also communicators who solve problems, and that's who we are. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I am a proud member for many years now, almost 22 years, of the National Speakers Association Central Florida chapter. It's been a real help for me, and it gives me the information I need, it gives me the community I need, the family, if you will, of that. And so I welcome you. I was asked to talk a little bit about a recent award that I got for NSA called the Cavett. As a matter of fact, let me show you who we have joining us today. Cavett himself. There we go. There's the Cavett itself, you know. And by the way, you notice he's holding the keys. We're putting him to work. We're not going to have any lounging around here. Going to be putting to work. Al Walker and Lou Heckler told me that they use the keys and the Cavett that you hear for the keys, and I'm finding out it does work that way. But this is the one that I got here. I'll hold that up here. I think it's mirrored the wrong way, though. But you see Terry Brock, CSP, CPAE. You got to kind of read it backwards in the mirror image there. But the recipient there, and some people said this is really heavy. It ain't heavy. It's my Cavett. Yeah, I know. Work with me, okay? But anyway, they asked me to share with you some of the ideas that I've had in my journey getting the Cavett. Well, you got about 3 days here, but no, we got to keep it real short here. Let me just say that I, like many of you, was speaking and doing a lot professionally even before I joined NSA, about 5 years actually. I'd been speaking on my own, but you know, yeah, honestly, maybe you could relate to this. It was a little bit lonely. A little bit kind of making it up as I'd go. I'd make a mistake and then learn from that. Oh, don't do that again. Ooh, don't do that again. Too many mistakes. It would have been really good to have a place where I could go and get help and get a community and people that understand what it's like to speak and travel and do the kind of things that I was doing. And I remember one day I was speaking in New York City at the Marriott Marquis, and it was like a 3-day program, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and was ending Saturday morning. I was scheduled to speak Thursday and Friday, did several different sessions, enjoyed it with a client that I'd been with for quite a while. And Saturday morning, they had a special speaker on who I had heard of through Nightingale Conet. It was an organization that did a lot of audio recordings. We used audio cassette tapes back then. Remember, way back then. We did that and got a chance to hear him. I knew him. He and his partner had put out some cassette tapes that I had really admired and enjoyed. And I got there early. I knew he would be setting up. He was supposed to come on, I think, at 9. I got there like around 8. And he was there getting everything set up. And so I just came in and said, "Oh, excuse me. Hello," and shook his hand. And this man, Jim Cathcart, was there. And what a wonderful time for me to meet him, because I talked to him. I said, "I'm a speaker also like you, etc." He says, "Oh, you're a speaker. Are you a member of NSA?" I said, "What is that?" NSA. He says, "The National Speakers Association. And it's an organization of people that speak and travel and help each other and learn. And we grow the speaking profession and work on that." And I thought, well, whoa, that sounds like a pretty good idea. So he took out a card, and on the back he wrote NSA and put in there 602-968-2552. That was the number of NSA. And yes, it was 602 back then, real Arizona. None of this 480 kind of stuff they're doing now. I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. But anyway, he gave that to me, and I had a decision to make. Because at that point, I had kind of fumbled around. I wanted to do something, and I thought, okay, here it is. They've got a national organization. They also have local chapters. And at the time, I was in Atlanta. I made the decision to join National Speakers Association, and I also joined the local chapter and made the decision, this is really important, to get active. And that changed my life for the better, both in my business and in my personal life. I've been able to meet some wonderful people, including Jim Cathcart, who I've gotten a chance to know even more through the years. And I got involved. I rolled up my sleeves, went to work, you know, like this. Here we go. It's like, Cavett, I'm going to move you over just a minute. You see, like this. Got to work. I got involved in a speaker school that we had. I was co-chair of that with Patty Wood up in Atlanta. And we did it right there on 75 and Windy Hill Road in the Marriott. I remember that clearly, and did that. And then I got involved in finance, and I became vice president of finance for the local chapter. That was a good experience. And then became president of the local chapter, working with that and doing national at the same time, going to conventions, going to the workshops, really learning and growing, building the network of people. That's what I encourage you to do. As you're watching this, think about where you are in your career. I can't speak for you, but I know for me, getting involved with the National Speakers Association, one of the most important things that I did. And I'm talking about not just joining. I'm saying get involved. Find out a task that they need accomplished. It might be cleaning up afterwards. Literally, I've done those kind of things too. That's important. Or getting involved in this, or making some calls, or heading up this committee to do that. Find the leadership. Go to the leadership of your chapter. In NSA Central Florida, right now, Andy Masters is our current president. Phil Gerbachak is in charge of programs. There's a wonderful team of people. Carolyn Quinton is working with the chapter, the academy. And there's some marvelous, marvelous people that are involved in this chapter. Get involved in it. And then I want you to get involved in the National Speakers Association, because that gives you another resource. So you see, you've got the local involvement, which is really good, because every month we've got these meetings, plus we've got the video meetings now. Do that. And then, secondly, national. Get involved in that. Go to the very meetings that are going on. Matter of fact, hey, we got a national meeting in Orlando. I am committed to another place, but I want you to be here. I've already had that set beforehand. And it's like, couldn't you just move it another weekend later? But I'll be doing that. And then also, there's a third area where you can get involved that will really help you. The Global Speakers Federation. NSA is a member of many, many other nations around the world who also have meetings. I've been involved in that and have had the privilege and the honor to speak in Australia, in the UK, in Canada, in the Middle East, in France, in Holland, other places like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to be the opening keynote presenter for the Professional Speakers Association in the UK, Ireland, Scotland this next year. In October 2019. It'll be my 7th presentation to that organization. And I say that to you just to say, hey, I want you to think about the possibilities that are going to be there. You can do a lot. Get involved with this. Having the Cavett was a very high honor for me. I'm very humbled and honored. I was surprised and shocked. It's one of those things, nobody knows who's going to get it except for a few people that are counting the votes on that, the staff members. But the person who is announcing it doesn't know. The person who's receiving it doesn't know. And that's kind of how it works. So for me, it was a real honor to do it. And I want to take the spirit of Cavett, which we often talk about, of giving and helping, even higher, and take it into the 2020s. I'm already living in the 2020s right now, and we want to do that. I think Cavett would be proud. I knew Cavett Robert when he was alive and was able to talk with him several times. He's a wonderful man. So I encourage you, my fellow communicator who solves problems, to get involved. Roll up your sleeves, get to work. And if I can help you out, please let me know. And by the way, let me say how we do that. Don't just say, hi, I want to pick your brain, or hey, let me take you to lunch. Those kind of things I've heard through the years, and frankly, we don't have time for that. And what we do want, though, someone who can identify needs. You got to study. You do your research. You do your research through the net, through what they're doing. Look at their websites. I find needs that people have, like me and many, many others too, and then help in that area. That's how you do it, because we've got an endless supply of people that want to pick our brain. You know, it reminds me of a bunch of vultures sitting around going, yeah, I want to pick your brain. Ugh. You know, instead, value for value. That's the key. Find out how you can render value to that person, what they're working on, maybe a special cause that they have, and what you can do to help them out. So do that, get involved, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. I'm Terry Brock, and thank you for being a part of this wonderful community called the National Speakers Association and the National Speakers Association Central Florida Chapter.